Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of A Gardener's Journey Homestead. I am Barbara and I am coming to you live from Australia. I missed you guys. Now, even though before I left, I batched some content so that you have stuff to see while I'm gone. But because I have not been live in my own garden and in my own kitchen, I feel like I haven't talked to you. So I'm in Australia and I wanted to pop in and do this video because y'all, the first place I saw when I got here was the garden. Go figure. So I want to do this video. There are going to be some pieces, when I say choppy, like it's going to be some pieces of some footage and some B-roll that I'm going to show you. But I want to just share it with you. And I want to talk about the differences in growing here than growing back home. And I thought you guys would get a kick out of that. So anyway, where I am right now, I'm actually in an apartment on a waterfront. That's not where we started out. So I want to, before I get into the garden content, let me show you my view. Right now I'm sitting like on the patio and on the deck, but let me turn the camera around and show you what I'm looking at. So that is where I was just sitting. And so I'm going to take you around and show you this nice patio deck. And this is my view. Is that not gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous. We're on the waterfront. Look at this native flower that's native to Australia. The leaves are like paper. Like, it doesn't even look real, but it is real. They have a lot of native plants here that are just absolutely beautiful. But this is the view. I'll take you back around. So this is where I'm sitting right here talking to you. Okay, so I'm out here on the patio talking to you, and let me just tell you, I really love you because it's hot. It is like super, super, super hot. So I'm gonna try to get this part out as quickly as I can without leaving out any details, and then I'm gonna quickly run back into the air conditioning, and then I'm gonna insert all the gardening footage and do the voiceovers and all that good stuff. But let me kind of tell you where we are and what the climate is like, and that'll make sense when we get to the gardening content. So we are in the Northern Territory of Australia. I did not realize that Australia was this big. I guess I should have paid more attention in like social studies and geography class. But I didn't realize how big Australia was. It is absolutely huge. So they divided into territories and I think regions. So we're in the Northern Territory. We're at the very, very top in a city called, or in an area called Darwin, like Charles Darwin. And so in this particular area, I'm actually closer to Asia than I am to Sydney, Australia. So to get to Bali is like a 2-hour flight versus Sydney is at the very bottom or near the bottom of Australia. And then Melbourne is kind of like we flew from Melbourne to Darwin, and that was like almost a 5-hour flight. So that kind of gives you some context about the size of Australia. But the reason that I'm making that point is that where we are is a very tropical climate. And so they don't have seasons. It's either wet or dry. And so it's always hot here, like always in this particular part. Versus in Melbourne, more central and anything below Darwin, they actually have seasons. It actually gets cold, like in Sydney and in Melbourne. And then of course at the bottom is like Tasmania. And then I think you have Brisbane to the east. Don't quote me on the geography, but anyway, where I am, it's tropical and it's always hot. So they have a wet season, which we're approaching the wet season now while we're here. And so in the wet season, it's extremely hot and extremely humid. So the humidity gets up to 99%. That's 1% away from rain. So even though I live in Tennessee and it gets hot and humid there in July and August, it's obviously not this hot in Tennessee in November. The heat here is on something completely different. Like the humidity today is like 70% humidity. The temperature is like 92, but it feels like it's 102 or whatever. So that makes it very challenging to do a lot of stuff outside. And it also impacts how they grow and what they can grow in terms of food and stuff. And so that's during the wet season. In the dry season, and the wet season is like 6 months out of the year. And in the wet season, so you have the high temperatures and the high humidity, but they also get torrential rain, like monsoons all day long, every day for like 6 months. So when it comes to growing food in the wet season, the issue that you have is that stuff can kind of get washed out because it's so much rain and so much moisture. The other part of the year is the dry season. And so in the dry season, they don't see rain for 6 months, right? So that can present another challenge when it comes to growing food, because you definitely have to have some type of irrigation to make it feasible, or you're going to be out there watering every day. And when I say they get no rain, they get no rain for like 6 months in the dry season. So in the dry season, the temperatures are a bit cooler because the humidity is lower. And so another thing that we found since being here is that, of course, everything that they talk about, I think in the US, we're on the imperial system, and in Australia, they're on the metric system. Hopefully I don't have that backwards. So we talk in pounds and miles here. In the States. In Australia, everything is in, grams and kilometers. So and then in terms of temperature, they go by Celsius, we go by Fahrenheit. So it's been a challenge when they say, oh yeah, it's really, fairly cool today. It's only, 30 degrees Celsius. I'm trying to like convert that to like Fahrenheit. And I'm like, that's still like 90 degrees. Like, there's like, oh, but that's relatively cool. And so they've said that since we've been here, it has been relatively cool and not as hot. Y'all, I'm burning up, okay? Which is one of the reasons why I got braids, and this is one of the reasons I got short braids, because I knew it was gonna be hot. But I'm telling you, the heat is on something different. But anyway, that's where we are. And so one of the things, when we first got here, our host, they actually live on a 20-acre farm. And again, for those who are new and who have not been watching and seeing that I was coming to Australia, we are here on a ministry trip. My husband is a full-time minister, and so he was invited here to preach. And so that's why we're here. We're not on vacation. So the host that brought us here, we stayed with her the first 3 or 4 nights, and then we moved here. But she lives in the country on like a 20-acre farm. So the content that I'm going to show you is at that place where we stayed originally. They moved us here closer to the city because that's where the meetings are. And so it's just much more convenient to get to the meetings. They're like 15 minutes away instead of 50 minutes away and having to go back and forth. So the couple that brought us here, they Airbnb. So they have an Airbnb on their farm, which is connected to their house, which is where we were staying. And they have an Airbnb in the city. And so they're letting us stay here at their beautiful Airbnb on the waterfront. So that's kind of where we are. That's the climate. So now I'm going to switch over and shoot over to the gardening content and show you some of the things that we've seen, and I'll talk you guys through it. But I just want to kind of give you a heads up in terms of where we are, what the climate is, and then of course your girl found the garden when she first got here. So let's watch this content. Okay guys, this is some corn. I recognize that. Looks like it's just getting started. It hasn't even, well, it's starting to tassel a little bit there. You can see that. And this is another section over here. I'm not sure what this is. It looks like it's about to rain, so I'm going to have to move quickly. I'm not sure what that is. Let's move over here. These are their versions of sweet potatoes. You can see how she has it mounded. You pack up so that you can see. So lots and lots of sweet potatoes. The leaves are similar to our sweet potatoes, but the sweet potatoes that she has here, they're like white, and then some of them are purple. Okay, this is another section. She has like 4 raised beds here, and there's like these metal raised beds that you can see here. So I'm like, I know this leaf, I know this leaf, I know this leaf. And I'm like, oh, it's a watermelon. Well, she said the watermelon is not doing good, and that's just because it probably doesn't have enough room to grow. It's hard to grow a watermelon in a raised bed. And if I had to guess, this bed is probably maybe a 3x3, a 2x2, something like that. It's relatively small. There's 2 there, and then there's 2 back there. I'm not sure what this plant is. This looks like, I have those sometimes growing. I had them last year. I didn't have them. I don't know if that's a weed. It almost looks like a tomatillo, but I don't think that's what that is. But I've seen that before. Let me try it and see. Mm. It's like a
Tomato?
It doesn't taste. It has some like a acidic taste. It's almost like like a grape and tomato, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this property where we're first staying, it's like a 20-acre lot. It's called Berry Hill Farms. This is, I think this used to be like a shipping container that they made into a house or whatever. Okay, this is another main area of the garden. When I first got here, and it was daylight, because when we got here it was about to be nighttime. So the first day after we woke up and I came outside, this is the first place I went. It's like my heart gravitates towards the garden. I didn't even know it was here. I just walked outside and I'm like, oh my goodness, there's a garden. So this is the first place that I saw, and this is one of the first things that I saw. I'm like, I have never seen a plant like this. I'm like, what is this? Do y'all see? Do y'all see? This one. What's this right here?
Peanut.
Peanuts?
Yes.
What kind of peanuts?
Groundnuts. I'll show you in the house.
Oh.
The ones you eat.
Like they come in a shell?
They come in a shell.
Oh, wow. Honey, you didn't know that? You said you grew peanuts before.
What that looked like, but that's the first thing I ever learned to plant was peanuts.
Yeah.
I've never seen peanuts before. Okay, so that's
Maybe
peanuts,
this one
y'all.
is ready to pull out. Yeah, this one is
Let's see
ready.
what it looks like. Oh, it looks just like peanuts. So they grow. Okay.
Oh, don't take it. Don't take it.
Jane, do you mind being on video?
No, don't.
Yo, let me show you Jane. This is our host for the time that we're here. She's so
Hi.
sweet.
Oh,
So
you.
sweet. Look at these.
Oh, I didn't pull it out in time, so it started regrowing.
Oh,
Yeah, these
okay.
are peanuts.
So that's what is this?
This is wild spinach.
Wild
This is-
spinach.
Yeah, I'll show you the fresh one. This is too old now.
This is wild with the,
These are
it's
the
gonna flower.
seedlings.
Okay.
Yeah, these are the flower. You just eat that when it's really baby.
Baby spinach. Okay.
Spinach.
Okay, so it's already bolted and gonna flower.
Yeah.
Is that a plant back there?
This is a guava tree.
Oh, a guava tree. Wow. So I've never seen guava in its state. I've only seen it like when you slice it and eat it. Because it's almost like a,
round.
isn't it like papaya maybe?
No, it's small.
It is?
Yes, it's very small. Like the biggest is like
What color is it?
they come in different colors.
Is it orange?
Some of them are yellow, orange, whitish, lime green.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's what it, okay.
That's the tree.
But it's not in a pot, is it?
No, that's a different.
Oh, that's a different one. Okay.
different growing on it.
So this is the guava tree? Or this one? Okay, it's a
guavas.
different. Okay.
This is a moringa tree.
Moringa.
Yeah.
Ooh, they won't let me take that back to the States, will they?
You can sneak it in. I'm not looking after it properly. It should have.
Oh, that's a fig tree?
Yeah. It's supposed to be looking.
Okay. I see leaves.
Hey. That's another moringa.
Oh, it's another moringa? Oh, yeah. Oh, pretty.
Yeah.
So nice. And what is this? Just
That's
a palm tree?
native plant.
A native plant?
Yes.
Oh, I wish I had one of these in my front yard.
Yeah.
So pretty. Oh, is that spinach?
This is the spinach already, which is overgrown. So we take these leaves and we put these. Very nutritious.
You said they're overgrown?
The other one was overgrown.
Oh, but these are good.
These are good. I see how they're still fresh and
Yeah.
green.
Mm-hmm. You know what kind it is?
Oh, it's African spinach.
Because, I mean, usually spinach doesn't do well and very, very hot, so that's
I have
good.
an app. Later we can take a photo and
Okay.
you give us an English name. This one is very good. So that's like the pineapples you told me about?
Yeah, these are pineapples right here, right?
Yeah.
I was so surprised. And you said it takes a year?
Yep.
Unbelievable. And then all of that's sweet potatoes, right?
Yeah.
Everything else is sweet potatoes?
Yes, everything else is sweet
Okay.
potato cut from corn. And a
Oh, this is sugar cane?
This one.
Back here. Oh, okay. Never seen sugar cane.
Yeah.
So how
You eat the stem.
you eat this part?
You eat
Like
this
the-
part.
Oh, okay.
You
How
eat
do you
the-
know when it's ready?
It can grow a little bit. Like that one is ready, but it grows up top. So you can
Yeah, how do
really-
you just take
like
it?
a can, you like eat the stick.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it really, really, really sweet?
It is very, very sweet, but it's tough to
Do you like use it in your cooking, or you just like eat?
you eat it. You chew it and suck on the juice.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, this is so soft.
This is what?
So soft.
Oh, soursop. Okay.
Yeah.
I've never had it. Oh, I can see it. Wow, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Got a few here.
And it is sour. You guys use it like in juices.
We eat it. We can make juices. This is good for cancer healing. The leaves, you make tea out of it,
Oh, really?
and you drink tea with lemongrass. I got lemongrass somewhere.
Oh, I love lemongrass.
And
What is that?
pawpaws,
Who?
papaya. We call them papaya or pawpaw.
Oh, we call them papayas. That's what that looks like?
Yeah.
They don't look like that in the store. That's big.
That's small. Usually they get bigger than that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And here's the little baby pineapple.
Oh, a little
This
bit.
is what
Oh,
is-
you can see one that's about.
Yeah. This is-
Why is it pink?
It's just the kind. Oh, the soil. I don't know why.
Wow, so it grows and you only get one per thing.
Yeah.
That's a native plant?
That's a banana tree.
That's a banana tree?
Yeah, this is a banana tree. Oh, these.
Do you grow bananas?
Yeah. I got lots of bananas here.
Wow.
It's another spinach we eat.
Uh-huh.
You just pick up the leaves and chop it and fry it.
Is this the same thing too? All that spinach?
This spinach, different
Okay.
spinach, different
Okay.
from this one.
Okay.
It's called, I forgot the
And this vines and grows big.
it is a bush. It grows into a bush. See?
Yeah, we don't have that
No, it's an Asian thing.
in Asian. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that, yeah.
So you don't have anything growing in here?
No,
Okay.
I gotta try. Oh, it's a big mango tree.
Where?
This whole tree, this big tree is.
Oh, I
mango.
see something at the very top.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, I see one right there. Green. Okay. Hey guys, I hope you enjoy seeing some of that garden content. Can you imagine my heart and the look on my face when I saw, oh my goodness, there's a garden. Like I'm thousands and thousands of miles away from home, but seeing the garden the first morning that I woke up in Australia was such a blessing. And just, I feel like God's way of saying, hey, I know that that matters to you, so I'm going to let you see a garden. So I so appreciate that. And it was so interesting to hear about the different climates and to see what she could grow versus what I can grow. So because the climate is tropical and it's hot all the time, then there's tons of stuff that she can't grow that are more cooler weather crops. But you saw that she was growing spinach, which I thought that was interesting because spinach likes cool weather. So I don't know what type of spinach she was growing, but when I asked her about collards, kale, cabbage, and things like that, she can't grow it just because it's so hot here. But man, look at all the stuff that she can grow. Her fruit orchard was just like unbelievable. She had bananas, mangoes, pineapple. Can you imagine? Oh my goodness. But it just goes to show you that wherever we are, there's pros and cons, advantages and disadvantages. So we just have to plant where we are and grow what we can where we are. But it gave me an appreciation for the things that I can grow. It gave me an appreciation for the long growing season that I have. And it also gave me an appreciation that I actually have seasons where I live because I can grow the hot and the cold stuff. But again, some of the disadvantages of where I am is that I can't have pineapple in my backyard, right? And I can't have mango in my backyard. But that just is the give and the take. So I hope that showed you a little bit about what it's like to garden in a tropical climate. If there's anybody that's watching my channel from Australia, I would love for you to chime in and let me know where you live in Australia. Obviously, in other parts of Australia, they do have hot and cold, so they're able to grow more stuff. But this is very close to the equator. So, like I said, very, very tropical here. But thank you guys so much for following along today and seeing what I'm up to a little bit while I'm in Australia. I'm here for another week, but I cannot wait to see you guys for real live back in my garden, in my tunnel with my plants and my crops. But until then, remember, gardening is a journey. Let's grow together, no matter where you are. I'll see you soon.